All gas, no brakes. Teddy swims. I'm going to give him 1 minute and 18 seconds to sing that song. And then what follows after that with the rapping. I don't like the rapping. And it does go back to Teddy swims after the rapping is done. And I'm just going to say what I like about this song is the first 1 minute. So where are we now? I received a text message from Mitch Hello, who says the food is going to be here today between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. What time is it now? I don't know, near 4 p.m. And it's time for me to say that I don't know the threatening anymore on the food. And that means you've made my food homeless to myself because you are in threatening that there's something wrong with you that's due in jails and prisons, and you don't have a way out. If you're not in jail and prison, I'm going out of alive because I am myself, and you're not going to know that with that you are yourself, and you have something that you think about with yourself that's not really due to be thought about. You're not supposed to be on a mission, that you have a personality that you're crafting in the world when you're really past due in prison. And if you were in prison, you would be in the presence of prison, that God would be creating prison for you, or shunning. And that means you're not shunning in the jails and prisons, you're shunning in the public, or you're working out your personality in the public when your whole body belongs in jail and prison, for that God would be creating you in the jail keys and prison keys, which might entail that you would be shunning in there. What I would like to say about myself deceased is I am homeless in the threatening that I'm here for that I have a problem with who I am because I'm not in prison. Well, I'm not in prison yet. It's not due to be in prison yet. When I am in prison, I will be out of my genitals. So it's not time for my genitals to be deceased off of myself here. It's not here, and it's not now for me to be in prison. And so I don't have a go anywhere. This is where I'm going to leave the formed world, and then will be transitioned into my genitals being deceased off of my godhead, and I'll be formed in another godhead with no genitals. So that's how I will be in the prison just for that transition, which means it's just myself being changed into a godhead with no genitals, and that's the prison deceasement for myself. But I acknowledge that here and now because it is not finished with this formed world that I was here. Once I'm out of the female genitals, there is still like deceasement of the formed world after that. So I will know what happened while I was here this way, but I will have another Godhead for that subject. So, what's wrong with me now is I don't have food for the threatening I am, which is I don't have a problem. I can sit around and use the internet and sleep. I don't have a home that way, but that's what's wrong with it. I don't have karma to be here. There's something wrong with you being alive, and I don't need myself and alive anymore. And you're always this bad news to myself. You do a crime right to myself, right on myself, right in front of myself, right around myself. You don't actually know that what you're doing when you crime in front of me is that you are not in a prison where I would see that. Yeah, I'm not in jail with you. I'm not in prison with you. I would not see you doing a crime with yourself, and I would not see a crime against myself. I'm 2 ways not here when you crime right on myself. I'm 6 ways not here. if you say that you're not in a prison and you're not doing a crime in a prison, which would never be on myself, you'd be doing a crime on somebody else, and you're not myself that way, and you're not somebody else that way, and you're not with somebody else that way, you're not in heaven creating yourself that way. You just don't testify for that. You make threatening that heaven is making to you, and you say it out loud because you're loitering. You don't actually know who you are and what you are. You don't testify because you're not myself. I am what can testify. The presence of God can testify if it is itself, but it's not your genitals doing that. It will be about you, but it wouldn't be you doing that with that you are going to do something for yourself in your genitals. Testify is the judge in heaven, and he will say when he is himself judge. I took a photo image of myself today that had the eyes coming out in the photograph. Sometimes I think that I moved the camera when it took the picture. Like I didn't hold it steady because I don't have it just on a stand for the camera right now. So if I didn't hold it steady, it would make the picture blurry. So this picture was something wrong in the eyes, like blurry. And I guess it's not from that I moved my hand. It just didn't come out clearly. And there's something wrong with me having to say that on the video. So I'm here for the Creator 8, the creator of everybody who's not myself. They're alive here in genitals, and I'm alive here in genitals myself. And then after that, the Creator 8 has its genitals on all of the human being shunts. I'm here for myself, and then you are here for yourselves. But there's something wrong with you and your genitals that's going out of alive. You're being sent out of alive, and you're still trying to explain to me why I have to worry about everything that moves and what I need for myself and watch myself while I'm sleeping unconscious because I don't know you. You're still threatening my physical being and my physical safety. You're still threatening that somebody is going to interfere with my self-deceasement out of the door locking. If they can, they should. Right? Well, what's the threatening to yourself? If you think if you can do something wrong to myself, you must do it quickly and you should do it. If you believe that about yourself with your genitals, what is the threat to yourself? Because if you don't want to be yourself in your genitals, what's the threat to yourself that you don't do that to myself? That you quickly do something wrong, you quickly do something against myself, and you make me live with it. So you quickly do something wrong with yourself, you do it against myself, and you make me live with it, and I'm not yourself. And I didn't do something wrong, but I have to live with something wrong. Well, what's the punishment to you ever? If that's why you do it, what is going to stop you? Well, that's you being put out of your genitals. And then wouldn't you say, yeah, I don't need genitals anyway? Well, how do you know you don't need genitals? I'm the one who doesn't need genitals, and the reason I don't need genitals is because I create genitals. You're in genitals, you don't create genitals. You don't all create genitals. Everybody who's not myself, all the 500,000 illegal live human being shunts, you don't create genitals. You can't all be me. I'm the founder of genitals. I need them, and I know why I need them, and I know what they are, and when I create them, I know what they are. You don't create genitals, you didn't found genitals, you know what they are, is not true. If you don't have genitals anymore, you don't know them another way. You're maniacal, you're elated, you're overconfident. You make threatening to the public that is due in prison, and you threaten that you'll never go to prison because there's nothing wrong with you and you want to be in public. You want to be in the public with all the people in the public, however many people there are, no matter what languages they speak. That's going out of genitals. You're not going to have genitals anymore because of that. That's not the order.